reflecting on CM Punk's first year since WWE return. The Best in the World made his return at Survivor Series 2023. The Second City Saint CM Punk made his WWE return after almost a decade at last year's Survivor Series at the Allstate Arena in his hometown Chicago. This was his first appearance in WWE since 2014. 1 year ago today, the Best in the World CM Punk returned to WWE after almost 10 years away from the company. Since his return last year, Punk has had memorable matches, an incredible feud with Drew McIntyre, and unfortunately injuries too. The Second City Saint made his in-ring return at the Royal Rumble in the 30-man match. The 2024 Royal Rumble took place on January 27, 2024, at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. However, the Second City Saint tore his right tricep during the match and was eliminated by Cody Rhodes, who ultimately won the Rumble. This injury ruled him out for WrestleMania 40, where he was supposed to face Seth freakin' Rollins. Punk was then involved in a feud against Drew McIntyre, which became one of the greatest feuds of the year. Both had their first match at SummerSlam 2024, where McIntyre won. The Second City Saint took his revenge by defeating Drew in a strap match to level up the scores. With one win each, they had their final match inside the Hell in a Cell at WWE Bad Blood 2024, where they busted each other's head open, showcasing one of the most brutal Hell in a Cell match in recent times. Short hiatus after Bad Blood 2024. Following his gruesome match at Bad Blood against his fierce rival McIntyre, Punk addressed the audience on the next Raw episode, stating he wasn't sure when he'd be back. "I'm gonna go home. I haven't seen my wife in about 5 weeks. I've got a lot of flowers to buy. I appreciate you all. I'd like to say, I'll see you soon, but I just don't know. Thank you," he stated. The Second City Saint also took a leave of absence due to the upcoming Crown Jewel PLE in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Punk has been critical of WWE's partnership with the Saudi government and has seemingly avoided being featured in any storyline leading up to the Crown Jewel PLE. CM Punk returned at November 22 SmackDown with Paul Heyman. The Second City Saint made his awaited return on last week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown alongside Paul Heyman. The two former associates returned to Salt Lake City to join forces with the OG Bloodline. What an ending to SmackDown! Paul Heyman returns and announces CM Punk as the 5th member of Roman Reigns' OG Bloodline team at Survivor Series. The OG Bloodline led by Roman Reigns is scheduled to face the Rogue faction led by Solo Sikoa in a War Games match at the Survivor Series PLE. The Rogue faction has easily found their 5th member in Bronson Reed for the clash. On the other hand, the OG faction was struggling to convince anyone to join their side. Their problems disappeared as a returning Paul Heyman brought the Second City Saint with him as the 5th member of the OG faction for the War Games clash.